New payments are on the way. And for millions of people on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, survivor, and spousal benefits, January 2026 is bringing changes you'll feel. We're talking updated payment amounts, the full 2026 payout calendar, and the much-talked-about 2.5% cost of living adjustment. If you're trying to figure out exactly when your January money hits and roughly how much more you'll see, you're in the right place. I'm going to lay it all out clearly, including the truth about that rumored fixed $200 increase people keep asking about. Before we jump in, do me a quick favor and tap the like button. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps this information reach the people who truly need it. All right, let's get into today's update. I'm Tony, and for the past year I've been helping seniors, low-income families, veterans, and people living with disabilities navigate benefit programs that can feel like a maze. I know how stressful this is because I've lived it in my own family. I helped my mom sort out SSI when working wasn't an option anymore. And I've seen how one delayed payment or one misunderstanding can throw an entire month off track. So this video is for you. And I mean everyone who depends on these checks. In 2026, around 75 million people are expected to receive some kind of Social Security payment. That includes retirees, disabled workers, survivor beneficiaries, and spouses. This isn't only about people over 62. It also affects parents on disability, veterans who receive benefits, SSI recipients, and families receiving survivor or spousal support. And right now, the biggest questions I'm seeing everywhere are: when will my January 2026 payment actually arrive? How much will it increase with the 2.5% COLA? And is that $200 boost for the next 6 months real? We'll cover all of it. And yes, we're also going through the 2026 schedule so you can mark your calendar. Let's start with the headline. Social Security benefits rise in January 2026 due to a 2.5% cost of living adjustment, COLA. Now, I know 2.5% may not sound life-changing when groceries, rent, and prescriptions keep climbing, but it is an increase, and it starts with your January benefit. Here are the estimated changes the Social Security Administration has been projecting. For Social Security retirement, the typical monthly retired worker benefit is expected to go from about $1,927 to roughly $1,976 in January. Maximum benefits for people who earned at high levels over their careers can rise to around $4,873 to $5,180, depending on the age you claim, and lower-end benefits can land around $1,000 to $1,200 depending on work history. For SSDI, the average payment is about $1,575 per month, with a maximum around $3,822 for higher lifetime earners. For SSI, individual recipients are projected at $967 per month, up from $943, couples at $1,450, and an essential person amount at an additional $484. For survivor and spousal benefits, the average widow-widower benefit is around $1,188 per month, while spousal benefits are typically about 50% of the primary worker's benefit amount depending on eligibility. So yes, the checks are going up, not dramatically, but measurably. And that leads into the part a lot of people are angry about, the COLA formula itself. Right now, COLA is calculated using CPIW, which reflects spending by urban wage earners and clerical workers, but many leaders, analysts, and advocates argue it should switch to CPIE, which better reflects what seniors actually pay for: housing, utilities, groceries, and especially medical care and prescriptions. Supporters say CPIE could deliver significantly larger increases, with some claiming it could amount to $300 to $500 more than what current calculations produce. If you support that switch, comment, "I support CPIE, Tony," because if nobody speaks up, nothing changes. Now let's get to the part that impacts your daily life, when you get paid. For most Social Security recipients, your birth date determines your payment Wednesday. And it's not the first Wednesday. If you were born between the 1st and 10th, you're typically paid the 2nd Wednesday, born 11th to 20th, the 3rd Wednesday, born 21st to 31st, the 4th Wednesday. That's why if it's the 1st Wednesday and you didn't get paid, it may be completely normal. But there are key exceptions. If you began receiving benefits before May 1997, you usually get paid on the 3rd of the month regardless of birthday. And if you receive both SSI and Social Security, your Social Security payment is also generally on the 3rd. SSI-only payments are usually on the 1st, but if the 1st lands on a weekend or holiday, SSA sends it on the prior business day. That's why many SSI recipients saw 2 payments in December, December 1st and December 31st, because January 1st is a federal holiday, so the January SSI payment came early. And a similar calendar shift matters in January 2026. SSI recipients will see 2 payments in January because the February payment will arrive early, on January 31st, since February 1st falls on a weekend. Just remember that early deposit is your February money, and you may not see another SSI payment until March 1st, so budget carefully. The official 2026 calendar from SSA follows the same structure. Wednesday payments based on birthdate tiers, the 3rd of the month group for pre-May 1997 and those receiving both benefits, and SSI on the 1st with holiday weekend adjustments. So screenshot or write down your group now. And if your payment date arrives and nothing shows up, here's the recommended move. Call your bank first to confirm there's no issue with direct deposit. If the bank says you're good, wait 3 business days, and if it's still missing after that, contact the Social Security Administration. They're generally open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. local time. For the fastest way to confirm your exact payment date and amount, check your My Social Security account at ssa.gov or use the My Social Security app. It shows payment history, benefit amounts, and timing in one place. Before we wrap, here are practical steps by situation. Parents should check SNAP, WIC, and free school meals because many families qualify without realizing it. Veterans should explore VA benefits on top of Social Security and talk to a veteran service organization. People with disabilities should look into Medicaid supports like transportation and home modifications, and some states have emergency funds for SSDI. Seniors paying a lot for Medicare should check Medicare savings programs that can help with premiums, deductibles, and prescriptions. And SSI recipients can use the 2-payment January timing to get ahead. Stock essentials, pay ahead on bills, or build a small emergency cushion. But remember the gap before March. And everyone should check local food banks, utility assistance, and community resources. These programs exist because life gets hard sometimes. Bottom line, January 2026 brings a 2.5% COLA, and payments will go out on the schedule tied to birthdays and those key exceptions. And knowing your date and amount gives you more control over budgeting and planning. About 75 million Americans are depending on these same checks, facing the same cost pressures, and doing their best. And that includes you. If this breakdown helped, subscribe and turn on notifications for daily benefit updates. Now comment below. Are you on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or survivor benefits? And what's your biggest challenge right now? And if you support switching COLA to CPIE, type I support it, Tony. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.